Peace of our blessed Lord be with you, dearly beloved. We bless God for yet another opportunity to reflect on this 35th chapter of the book of Genesis. Today is the 24th day of our 40 for fulfillment experience. What a great day to be meditating on this 35th chapter. A chapter that begins with another divine manifestation, a theophany. That is, God asking Jacob to move on to Bethel. We have explained the meaning of Bethel, Bethel, the house of God. God tells Jacob to move back to Bethel, the place where he first met him in Genesis chapter 28, when Jacob was running away from his brother Esau. God stepped in at the right time. God knows Jacob true and true. He says, move to Bethel, where you met me when you were running away from your brother Esau. By these words, we come to understand that God knows us true and true. He knows our past. He knows our present. And He knows our future. Then Jacob moves on with all the assurances that comes from God. Not only does God reveal Himself to Jacob, He also instructs the family to come on board. So you see Jacob addressing the family. Throw away every god you possess. They have no power. The God of Bethel is the God who is moving with us. So they will throw away their gods and move on to even offer Him. Not only does God reveal Himself to Jacob, He also instructs the family to come on board. So you see Jacob addressing the family. Throw away every god you possess. They have no power. The God of Bethel is the God who is moving with us. So they will throw away their gods and move on to even offer Him their earrings. And with these earrings, He will. So Jacob asked them to purify themselves and change their clothes. Before then, they had earrings they also had to offer to Him. The possession of the earrings was a sign that they were under the dominion of these gods. That is why Jacob told them to take them off, because he had renewed faith in the God of Bethel who was accompanying them. The elements here are very important: purification, change of clothes, and the taking off of the earrings. All these three elements mean that Jacob and his family were assuming a new status, a new nature. Purification. He brings the family on board. God has been speaking to me. It is a privilege I want you to enjoy. So He offers the family so that they will also come. The other thing I want to bring to your attention, that which runs through all that we are reading, and today I repeat, is that we are reading all these chapters in the light of the promises God has made to the patriarchs, beginning from Abraham in chapter 12. I'll give you a land and I'll give you descendants. The question is, how does chapter 35 relate to the promise? We will discover very soon. 1, in verse 11, 35:11, God renews the promise. He says, I'll bless you, you will multiply, you'll be fruitful. Nations will come from you, and kings will come from you. Remember, I keep repeating that after Abraham, anytime God reveals himself again to repeat the promise, to renew it, he does so under these circumstances. When there is a threat to the covenant, a promise, a threat to the promises, the threat being natural threats, the natural threat of barrenness. You remember the barrenness of Sarah, Abraham's wife, the barrenness of Rebekah, and the barrenness of Rahel. So when there are natural threats to the promises, God reveals himself to assure the patriarch, yes, you are seeing a problem, you are seeing a challenge, but I am with you to bless you. I'm with you to make you fruitful. I'm with you to make you multiply. So God manifests himself when there is a natural threat. Beside the natural threats, there are also threats that comes because of the disobedience, the weakness of the patriarchs. By the disobedience and weakness of the patriarchs, what I mean is when the patriarch moves outside where God has directed him. Today, what we see in chapter 35 is a natural threat, and the natural threat is the death of Rahel. You remember that as we read, Rahel, the wife of Jacob, the beloved wife, when giving birth to Joseph, Benjamin would die. So it is here that we come to know God stepping in at the right time to assure Jacob. God, he who knew that Rahel was going to die, stepped in at the right moment to assure Jacob, you will be fruitful. Nations will come from you. Kings will come from you. Should you even lose Rahel, should Rahel die, if Jacob was not aware that the wife was going to die, this was a reassurance from God. You see God stepping in at the right time for a renewal of the promise because there was a natural threat. Are you then surprised that when Rahel died, Jacob surprisingly did not weep, he did not mourn, unlike his grandfather Abraham in Genesis 23 verse 1 and 2, who wept and mourned for Sarah. We read in Genesis 23 verse 1 and 2 that when Sarah died, Abraham wept and mourned. Why is it that Rahel dies today and Jacob is not mourning? Because God stepped in at the right time to assure him. That is why Jacob is not mourning. Then he moves on from Bethel and reaches Bethlehem. Bethel means the house of God. Bethlehem means the house of bread. From he is moving from a house of spirituality, a house of prayer, a house of divine encounter, to a house where he will come to see the physical manifestation of the promise, a house of bread. I pray that God steps in at the right time concerning you today. I pray God steps in at the right time concerning us, directing us from our Bethel where we meet him into our Bethlehems, the homes and the house of plenty, the house of fulfillment, the house of fruitfulness. It is in Bethlehem God will fulfill this bounty. May you locate your Bethlehem as you reflect on this 35th chapter. Peace of God once again reign in your beautiful lives. Amen.